The story we have to tell is one of peace. We are creatures of peace. Our spirits run freely through time, witness to the history of our species. Horse energy is powerful, magnificent. We have no fight with you. We have been your friends through the ages. We are not beneath you, except when we carry you on our backs. We are happy to carry you to that place where we will all stand together in the sun.
Winds of the north, ancestors, grandmothers, grandfathers, ancient ones, come. We welcome you here. Come and warm your hands by our fires and teach us your wisdom. Whisper it to us in the winds. All of you who have come before us and are present with us now and are yet to come. Your children's children. Winds of the east. Condor, eagle. Spread your wings of light over us. Teach us to be visionaries. Teach us to fly wing to wing with our Creator.
The journey is universal. The path narrow and ill-defined. The message is told in myth, legend, and story. We must try to remember who we are and why we came here. We each hold a piece of the puzzle. There is one consciousness in all life, one creative force, the force of love. How can we connect and allow that force expression through our unique personal journey? Times past, we walked on the soft earth. Our teachers and companions, fellow travelers, each deciphering and sharing clues, the signs and symbols there to guide us. We are far away now, distant and distracted. Our souls cry out for purpose, for reconnection and communion with a higher wisdom, a universal truth that resonates with our higher selves. Welcome to the mystical, magical, life-changing journey. The answers are all here in this powerful land. Here you will find the Holy Grail, the secret to life's mystery. Walk softly, listen, and trust your instincts. There are many teachers here to guide you. Every tree and rock tells a story. There are pictures in the stone, written on the earth and there in the eyes of the animals. Trust your feeling. Feeling is believing. Be childlike and be open, and you will find it. Let us drink a toast to life, love in finite expression forever. Drink, and may your eyes be opened.
To life.
To life.
When my children were 1 and 3, we had a thunder and lightning storm come up towards our house, and my youngest one was out, or my oldest one was running around in the water, and I saw the lightning starting to come down our street, and I said, "Oh, put the umbrella down and come in the house," because he's ankle deep in water. And the lightning did strike our house, and I had one on my hip and one in my hand, and the lightning shot through our house, and we just stood there, and everything was silent. And I can't explain the silence that happened with that moment. Now, initiation into shamanism is being struck by lightning. In 1999, I was hit by a truck, and I was knocked out of my body into the light. And I wasn't going to come back because the body was not, it was too shattered. So I did choose to come back to this plane, and I'm grateful to be here. But I have gone. I know what the spirit world is. I've been there. I've been in the light, and I've come back. They made me come back. Well, actually, my children called me back. I was saying no, I wasn't going to come back, and they showed me my children.
My husband and I both specialized in autism, but I have a tendency now to see children who are just really having real difficulties behavior-wise, and they're on the brink of getting removed from the schools, sent to special schools. Well, about 7 years ago, 8 years ago now, I went to the Eastern States Equine exhibit, and Pat Pirelli had center stage. And I called my husband midway through and I said, "Hon, this guy is speaking functional behavioral analysis. The dude's got chaps on and a cowboy hat, and he's doing a better job than we do." And what was really appealing was a lot of the work in the study of the human brain had to do with metaphysical things. So that led me down a path of trying to get some additional understanding in things like Buddhism and meditation and emotional freedom techniques. And so then there's this other path. So if it had something to do with energy healing, or there I was, the student, at the ready, wanting to learn every ounce of. And it was at a place where my life felt like all polarities, I was raising my children Christian. They're in a Christian school. I go to a Christian church on Sunday. And I'm going to learn how to meditate with the monks. God forbid should my pastor ever find out. And then I'm going to work, and I'm applying practices working with children that I'm learning from a cowboy. I'd be talking to parents of children with autism and telling them, how I can see. And they'd say things like, "Why did you know to back up a few steps just then? My son never looks at somebody in the eye. He never moves into someone else's space because I noticed when to move out of his. But the horses taught me that."
And I had this opportunity to get this horse. I got him very cheaply. But there was something about him I really was attracted to. And I had a little bit of confidence, and I thought, I can practice my skills, I can make a difference with him. Well, he was really, really challenging. And I did all the right things, I had all the right teachers, but it wasn't really making a difference for him. And it made me look into all these different areas of healing.
I had an awareness as a child where I could see where people were out of their truth, but I couldn't really do anything about it. So I would file the information, and I think somewhere along the way I made a vow or a pact or something where I had said to God, I know I'm supposed to be doing God's work, but I just didn't really know how I was going to do that.
All my life I felt there is a path for me, and I just always go my path without many doubts. Well, there are doubts, but then I always have a path which shows me where to find the answers, or the answers are already not important anymore. I carry on with my ongoing path, and that's why I'm here. Just something told me that's where I have to be.
Everybody here in this room has been called, and they're present, and they're all giving over to a higher vision. And that is so amazing, because I think it's when we truly become the bigger I living through us, that we really do, complete our mission here in the world. Because God, being spirit, cannot live on the physical plane except through physical beings. And when we consent to that flow coming through us to all of life, then we are doing something, precisely and perfectly that we, came here to do. And our life becomes a joy and a calling and a, completion, instead of just wandering aimlessly and wondering why we came here.
I just think the levels of feeling and expression and three-dimensional reality here, and at the same time the groundedness here, and yet it's like magic is real here, because it is. And I've always been a child of wonderment. I've always been touched deeply by nature and creation. Back to language, the word unique sounds so cliche in describing this experience. I guess a better way of saying it is it's incomparable as far as I can think. I can't imagine another set of circumstances, after reading One with the Herd and meeting Liz and being drawn to meet Liz, knowing that this land called to her on a level of communication. It wasn't just a beautiful place. It's so much more than a beautiful place that you were drawn to its beauty. You were called to be here to serve a higher purpose. That's clear through your writing, and it's clear through the way you live your life, and it's clear through your service in that you're calling us to that higher calling. I've never seen anything like the relationships with these horses, who are a true family, a true equine family, and they live this wild life, and then they live this incredibly tame life of domestic splendor. And as a result, you're out there with a true family band of horses, a steer who's been bottle fed and runs the obstacle course as well or better than most of the horses, dogs, cats, all interacting, all participating in the healing, all participating with each person when a person would have a moment of being deeply touched and emoting either joy or grief or an epiphany. There was an animal present in a unique way, and that peaceable kingdom between the domestic animals and the wild nature, it's I think it's how we can bridge this and take it home. People's indigenous roots were from all over. But our common bond and our common heart, the land just sings it. I mean, listen to wherever we are on this land. It just sings it, and it sings it in the hailstorm. It sings it in the grasshoppers and the dragonflies and all the birds, the horses snorting. It's just an incredibly peaceful place to process wherever a person comes from, wherever they are on their path. And I'm sure that there will be as many horse people that love horses or have interacted with horses attracted to this as there are people who have never had horses in their life, because horse wisdom is available to everyone. And just observing them, that's another piece that I take home every time I come here, is the horses teach me just through observing them interact with each other.
I don't know that I've ever been in the company of a horse that has nothing to fix. So that's what I know. That's what I know. I know anger. I know resentment. I know how to help horses work through that. They didn't have it. They didn't have resentment. They didn't have issues. They were so clear. They were so clear.
At this time in our history, equines are coming forward everywhere as teachers and healers. In the Earth programs at Gateway 2 Ranch, the land and the animals share a sacred commitment to their special mission, which includes passing on their wisdom and clear channel to Source, or as they say, the All.
as any. Before you came and before your parents knew your name, a hawk with amber wings descended from the sky and came to rest so near that her eyes looked straight into your mother's heart. From this messenger, your mother knew you would be